So, why did Dr. Keith choose to eat paleo? Maybe you've never heard of that. Maybe you have. I do refer to it as a lifestyle, not a diet, not to be some type of smart aleck, although I do like to do that because laughing is healthy and it gets us through stress. But why I chose that versus many other really good ways of eating is because I had some patients that were getting benefits from it, number one. So I wanted to make sure I could do that and live that lifestyle for at least 30 days if I was going to recommend it to any of my other patients, because I don't like recommending things to others in my professional setting or my personal setting unless I've had direct ability to try it myself for all things that a male can do. If it's female, I still like to ask and know a couple other people that have tried it before I recommend it. So with eating, I wanted to try it so I could recommend it to patients. That was the initial start. And then once I started doing it, I was like, wow, there's a lot of things that are really yummy and taste really good. I'm a foodie. I like to eat. I actually like to cook, which is a rare trait these days for males and females. And it does make it a bit easier to live a healthy lifestyle, or quite honestly, any lifestyle that involves food if you do at some level enjoy cooking. I don't think anybody likes to cook after a long day at work, but I do make it a priority to cook and try and make it as fun as possible. So I chose paleo because there's meat. I really like meat. Now, there's pros and cons of meat, just like there's pros and cons of lots of different foods. But I wanted to pick something, if I was going to recommend it to people, that a lot of people could do and that a lot of people could do while enjoying what they're eating. And then what I found out, instead of just doing it for 30 days, I did it 100% all in for 1 year. And the reason why I did that is because I was actually loving the food that I was eating. It was tasting really good. And I was loving the results that I was getting from eating those foods as opposed to how I was eating before, which I was coming from a relatively clean, healthy way of eating before. And I was still noticing a ton of different areas of improvement. So if you are liking what you're eating and you're liking the results you're getting from what you're eating, this is a sustainable thing. This isn't a diet. This is a lifestyle now because you're liking what you're eating and you're liking the results. And you have to keep reminding yourself that you're liking what you're eating and you're liking your results. Because guess what? There's a lot of foods that aren't in the paleo way of eating or in any clean or healthy way of eating that still taste really good. And I would like the way that I was eating, but I wouldn't like the results that I was getting. So you have to pay attention to the results that you're getting, not just short term, but also a longer term. It is possible to get short term satisfaction and long term satisfaction and goals, but it's not possible to just eat whatever you want for short term satisfaction and get long term goals. So that is, I think, the biggest thing that people struggle with when it comes to dieting or lifestyle, when it comes to any type of healthy habit or habit change, is how can we focus on the most important thing, which is if you're planning on living for longer than 1 day, long-term goals, while still not making the short-term miserable. I'm not talking about eating a bunch of stuff that you're gagging and you're choking down and it's disgusting. I don't do any of that. I don't think that's a healthy lifestyle, number one. And you don't need to do that. There's very few things that you need to force yourself to eat or drink, barring some crazy health situation you're going through. And it's medicine typically that's there to save your life that you might need to do. So paleo has become such a fun thing for me to eat and figure out all different desserts and foods. And it's adaptable, and you can do it in restaurants, you can do it with friends and family. And as long as people like more than 3 foods, they can eat paleo lifestyle. So, more questions, concerns, look it up. A lot of people go, paleo, what is that? You don't have to know what it is. You just have to do a little bit of research, and it's not as challenging as you think when it comes to figuring out what it is. It's eating things like vegetables, meats, fruits, but it's only particular ones that do what you want to do to give you the results that you want. Um, and when you start getting results in any change to your life, it's way easier to actually keep those things going because you're getting positive feedback, which encourages that behavior. If you give a kid a sucker for doing something, they will do that thing to keep getting that sucker. Well, you can actually use healthy lifestyle and healthy eating to give yourself positive results so you keep wanting to do that as well. Dr. Keith here at Back to Health Wellness Center. I encourage you to find a healthy lifestyle for you that works for you for the results that you want.